Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You've got Bertha Hurd over there rocking the Vanguard, the flying V hat, invest like a boss, you know the drill. And you've got your boy Big L. And we can't wait to talk to you about big dividend increases that happened this past week.
You know the drill, everybody. Smash that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. We are cruising towards 10,000, and we are going to do a special WWE themed video this time around when we cross that big threshold. So help us get there, please. But to Lanny's point, today we're talking to you about some dividend increases from the past week, and we've got some exciting ones for you, some double-digit increases, and some that will leave you shocked on how it may impact your forward income.
That's right. Again, as a dividend investor, we love dividend increases. This is one of the magic trifecta you betcha items with being a dividend investor. This is where a lot of that automation of your income increasing happens. And that's the reason why you invest into dividend paying companies that grow their dividend income payout so that your passive income stream can grow automatically.
And without lifting a finger too, because we did not do anything to earn this additional dividend income right there. So that's the beauty of it. And that's why we're excited. And every week when we can, when there's some major news and a lot of dividend increases to talk about, we get together, grab that coffee and talk through them.
Now, today we picked 5 big dividend increases that happened this past week. And we really wanted to focus on the names that you may have considered to own or a stock to buy for you. You may have even heard them in the news, or you just know about their brands, as well as one ETF that we're bringing to the table just because we all hold it near and dear to our hearts. And you've heard it almost every week as well. Us dividend diplomats talk about it.
Teaser. That's a teaser if I've ever heard one. So stay tuned for the end for that one.
That's right. It's going to be a schema. So with these dividend increases, we like to focus on the ones that may have an impact to you as well. And we'll go through what the increase was, how long that they've been increasing their dividend, as well as even their current yield, just to give you a frame of mind as a potential stock to buy right now as we go through these dividend stocks. So again, we're going to focus on 5. And, Bert, feel free to kick this one off with the first big company. And yes, this was no shy dividend increase, was it, Bert?
No, this one actually is going to be the largest stock to increase their dividend on this listing. That company is Dollar General, ticker symbol DG. They had a 36-cent dividend entering this week. They left it with a 42-cent dividend. Therefore, that is a 17% dividend increase right there. Blows way past the rate of inflation, way past the yield on your savings account. So congratulations, Dollar General shareholders. You just got a huge 17% increase.
17%, again, without lifting a finger, if you currently own the stock. A little bit of background on Dollar General DG. Obviously they do very well during a pandemic, during any sort of crisis time period because of the quick in and out. It's going to cost around $1 for each item. And their 5-year dividend growth rate on average is double digits at 10.4%. So this 17% banger that Bert just talked about blew this one out of the water.
And that's nice to see their dividend grow because their dividend yield is like $1 in itself, and their yield is currently 0.9%. So if you're going to have a low dividend yield, at least you have a strong growth rate there to keep increasing that. That's what you want to see. Low dividend yield, high dividend growth rate. A huge check right there for Dollar General.
Exactly. And they're slowly building that consecutive dividend, increase streak, currently at 5 to 6 plus years of straight increases to that dividend. Obviously, as an investor, you love to see that. The dividend compound factor is pretty good then on this when you think about the yield plus the growth rate. Payout ratio is very low as well for Dollar General. So, hey, for all the community and all the readers, listeners, and viewers out there, they'll keep up this double-digit increase, no doubt about it, within the next year and probably for at least the next 5 years.
Yep. So moving on to number 2, we're going to head to the Dividend Aristocrat family for this one of the favorite companies in the dividend investing community. This company, we all know them, the monthly dividend paying company itself, Realty Income, ticker symbol O. What's funny about Realty Income is that they increase their dividend all the time. You sometimes just forget about it because they make small changes to their dividend all the time. And it's all great because over time those build up and make a huge difference. So what, Lanny, was their dividend increase this time around?
All right, guys, hang on the edge of your seat. Bring out all your pennies here, because this dividend increase was 0.21%. And they went from $0.23.45 to $0.23.5.
Got to take that penny and cut that penny right there because you didn't even get a full cent. But this is what Realty Income does. Every quarter, they make small increases and they have their one large increase. Clearly, this wasn't the one large increase, but that's huge. What's nuts is they are an aristocrat. They became an aristocrat last year, I believe, right, Lanny? It was 2020 was that. So this was
during a pandemic, baby.
Yep, just what you like to see, especially a company that has real estate for retail companies still managed to increase that dividend during the pandemic when retail was in terrible shape.
Here's a question, Brett. I don't know if you know it off the top of your head.
Probably
Is Dollar General a big tenant of Realty Income Properties?
And let's look it up quickly, but it wouldn't surprise me because they have a lot of those single store places and shopping malls. So yeah, Dollar General, AMC are one of them. There you go. Yeah, right there. So two impacting each other. So Dollar General is doing well. Realty Income is doing well. Us shareholders are doing well for Realty Income as well. Their yield,
love it.
Yeah, their yield 4.4%. So not the highest for REITs, but that's a very nice yield for there. I'll take it. I'm happy with it. And if I'm happy, everybody's happy. That's the moral of the story.
All about Bert happy, you know. Yeah. You don't want to see Bert mad because Bert gets Hulkified over there, like the Hulkamania, and you know, seeing him just really get up there and rip that shirt, he's pounding his coffee.
So speaking of mad, like when you see OSU get taken down by a 15 seed the other day, that was not it's not what you want to see for your brackets when you have OSU winning the championship in it. So I think it's time to move on to dividend stock number 3 here for all those people in the house that have those squeaky doors that need to get greased up. This company, WD-40, ticker symbol WDFC, tongue twister there, got it right. They increased that quarterly dividend from 67 cents per share to 72 cents per share, or a nice 7.5% increase. So, hey, we'll take it right there.
Yeah, very solid. You know, they've been increasing their dividend for over 11 to 12 plus years, a nice 5-cent boost to the payout. You know, their yield, you know, again, is another low yielding, higher growth, dividend growth stock at only about 1% on the yield front. But their dividend growth rate on average, this growth rate wasn't as large as it usually is because the average for the 5-year dividend growth rate stands at over 11%. You know, but again, WD-40, the grease machine over here. I know I was working on replacing a battery in my wife's car earlier this week, and man, one of these nuts was just really seized on there really tight, and I sure could use a little bit of WD-40 if I had it on me. Luckily, I was able to get it off, but again, WD-40 always comes in handy, you know, in those tough spots.
Perfect, and there it is, and that's why when you need something, you get it. People doing more household projects probably leads to the dividend increase right there for WD-40. So again, WD-40, 7.5% increase. Congrats to all you shareholders. Company number 5 is a nice little one here. We have MGM Growth Properties, ticker symbol MGP. Not the largest of dividend increases that we're about to cover here. They increased their quarterly dividend from 48.75 cents to 49.5 cents, or a small 1.5% increase. In fact, this is the second lowest one because Realty Income is barely a penny, but lowest non-REIT on this listing. So MGM Properties, not the best, but when you look at their yield, they have a high yield, low growth rate. Their dividend yield is nearly 6% at 5.95%. So at least you see that combination, high yield, low growth rate.
You know, pretty interesting to see this conference room, obviously casino, hotel, facility. grow their dividend, especially during, what that whole industry has gone through with the shutdowns. So it was interesting because during the pandemic, they still increased their dividend during that summer month. I believe back in, June, they announced an increase right in the middle of the pandemic. So them coming out with another increase just kind of gave more confidence, I would say, to shareholders.
Yep.
They own, 1.3 million square feet of casinos, over 27,000 hotel rooms. So when you think about those two, in my eyes, a large component of their, business was on lockdown, shutdown, vacancy mode.
So then, yeah, once things start opening up, people start traveling again, you'll see more dividend increases start flowing through the shareholders.
Yep. And I would say, on average, obviously this small increase didn't quite, add up, 1.5% increase just obviously is very tough to swallow just at around the rate of inflation. But hey, what more would you have expected from someone who operates significantly in the meetings, casino, and hotel industry?
Not much. But now moving on to number 5, our loan ETF. And I can't do this one justice. Lanny, you have to take care of this last one. So take it away.
You're calling me out, brother. So everybody knows that I've been investing into Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. Bert's rocking the V. Don't worry, there's no paid sponsorship here from Vanguard. We just have been very fortunate to have very good success from Vanguard and VYM.
We like the hats.
That's great. Vanguard, we love the hats. Send more hats.
Yeah.
Now, VYM, I was investing in them every week, and they just announced on, I believe it was Friday, March 19th, Vanguard announced a huge dividend announcement to their exchange traded funds or ETFs, including the VYM ETF. Now, dividend investors and those passive investors alike were very excited. Why? Because last year, in the first quarter of 2020, the dividend for this same time period last year, again, during the pandemic, was $0.5544. So here we are today, same time period, and that dividend announcement was $0.6564. And Bert, what is that percentage of an increase?
All right, let's crunch the numbers. There is 18.4% higher right there. That's insane. So yeah, that's huge for shareholders, but think about it. It makes sense because why? For the last 6 months, we've been talking about how companies are increasing their dividends. Once again, what do you think is going to happen with a dividend focused ETF like VYM? If your funds increase their dividends, then the people that hold your ETF are going to receive a larger dividend because that fund can pay out more money to the shareholders.
And to give everybody, a frame of mind, when I started this taxable weekly investment, from the beginning up through, we'll call it mid-March, I've acquired now 116 shares. So you think about it, that dividend increase was huge.
Yeah.
Huge. So again, I know there's many more like me that are out there, especially, others that may even hold that into a retirement account. Again, you're getting a 3+% dividend yield with a very good growth rate for what it looks like right now for 2021.
That's perfect. So congrats, Lanny, and congrats all you other VYM shareholders. So let's bring this home. Let's summarize the 5 dividend increases. Dollar General, 17%. Realty Income, 0.21%. WD-40, 7.5%. MGM Growth Properties, 1.5%. And last but definitely not least, VYM at 18.4% increase compared to last year. So here's the question. Lanny's mentioned that he obviously holds VYM. He owns Realty Income, and I own the same 2 in this for this. So this week, we each both own 2 of the 5 property companies on this listing.
So Bert, is there any of the 3 that you don't own that you'd like to own?
Yeah, I'm fine with it right now. I mean, it's awesome, but Dollar General, WD-40, the yields are a little low for my liking. MGM, Growth properties. I appreciate it, and it's great to see them increasing, but I don't know if that's a sector I really want to start touching until we learn more about what's going on with travel. So
Come on, just cannonball in, my man.
yeah, that and cruise ship companies. Those are my two that I'm going all in on right now. But in all seriousness, no, I mean, I'm very happy with owning Realty Income and Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF from this listing. So but it's not just about me. It's not just about Lanny. Let us know what companies you own from this listing. How many of the 5 and what other dividend increases that we did not cover did you receive this last week? So please keep them coming. Let us know in the comment section.
And again, we appreciate you guys for stopping by. Hopefully, again, we want to keep the news beneficial to you. If you don't like the dividend increase videos, let us know. If you do like them, if you would like us to include more, please let us know in the comments. Oh yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up for the Bert the Hurt and myself over here. You've got Bert and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats.
Over and out.